Let's start with the concept of emotional intelligence. We regard a person as being emotionally intelligent if such a person is both interpersonally and intrapersonally effective. Now, the difference between the two is that interpersonal effectiveness is your ability to deal with the people around you, to form and maintain relationships, to stay in relationships, to have good relationships with friends, parents, children, spouse. Whereas intrapersonal effectiveness is your ability to deal with yourself, your stress hardiness, your ability to manage anxiety, your ability to overcome hardships, to move on after bad experiences. Collectively, your interpersonal as well as your intrapersonal ability create your emotional intelligence. Let's define emotional intelligence. This is the measurement of an individual or group's ability to foster self-content. There's your intra-personal ability, and to establish meaningful and assertive relationships with others. There's your interpersonal ability. The question remains, how does one measure emotional intelligence? Well, this has been a very difficult question for many people across the world. The problem with emotional intelligence, unlike cognitive intelligence, is that it's very hard to mathematically calculate. With cognitive intelligence, it's quite simple. All I have to do is measure somebody's mathematical and linguistic ability, and that would give me an IQ, and that would tell me how cognitively intelligent somebody is. But how do you measure the heart? It's one thing to measure the mind. Now, some ways in which we could measure emotional intelligence is, firstly, the ability to move on after an emotionally disturbing experience. Something happened to you. How able are you to move on? How long does it take you to move on? I recall once being in a pub and sitting next to a man who was sobbing, in tears, crying. After feeling immensely sorry for him, he told me a story. He said that his wife left him. I felt so sorry for him, I thought it was this morning. This man was in tears. Then I found out that it was 6 years ago. Obviously, this man is struggling with emotional intelligence. He's still stuck at a place that doesn't exist anymore. And that's the essence of emotional intelligence. Can you move on? Secondly, the ability to interact with assertiveness. Can you be assertive in such a way that you do not offend others, but that you also not get trampled on? Your negotiation skills. How long does it take you to get people to say yes? Stress hardiness. How able are you to deal with stress? Depression hardiness. How able are you to deal with the hardships of life? And lastly, your ability to resolve conflict. With these things, it's also, one can see how important emotional intelligence is in the area of communication. But how will emotional intelligence help you to be a better communicator? Well, it's proven that high emotional intelligence gives a person a high communicative ability. Research has shown that some of the areas where high emotional intelligence helps a lot is, first of all, participative management, your ability to democratically deal with teams and groups of people, your ability to put people at ease, self-awareness, your ability to know who you are, balance between personal life and work, straightforwardness and composure, building and mending relationships and keeping relationships, doing whatever it takes, being a go-getter, decisiveness. Emotionally intelligent people are people who can make decisions, confronting problem employees, being able to deal with these difficult situations, and of course your ability to change. These are the areas where high emotional intelligence would help you to become an excellent communicator, and of course enhance your ability to manage and work with people.